here that believe that this is the time and the season that we have to give God praise. Sing it in. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Anybody got a yes down in their soul? Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. We thank God for each and every one that's in the house tonight. Let's give our praise team a hand clap. Let's give Pastor Lee a hand clap for helping us start today. And truly, this is the day that the Lord has made. You can have your seats. And this is the beginning of the rest of our life. For truly, no matter what we're going through and no matter what it looks like, it is our time and it is our turn. And I don't know about you, but you ought to high five somebody and tell them, I missed my season last year, but this year I'm not going to miss my season. Y'all didn't say that excited enough. Last year I missed my money. Last year I missed everything that God had for me. But this year I'm not going to miss my season. I was in revival all last week in revival. And one night I preached a message that said, enough of pleasing people. Y'all know that. I'm in church up in here. And I realized a lot of times we have missed our season simply because we spend too much time trying to please folks that ain't even got our best interests at hand. Well, God, I can't get no help in here. We spend our time trying to please folks, trying to do for folks because we don't want people's feelings hurt and we don't want this. But baby, this is the year that it is time to see about you. Look at somebody high five and say, enough of pleasing people. This year I'm going to see about myself. Y'all don't want to talk to me up in here. And this is the year, Sharon, of overflow. This is the year everybody is so upset about the number 13 because the number 13 is a bad number because it belongs to the witches. But I believe that the witches is not going to overcome that. We're going to kill some witches this year. And I believe that even though it's number 13, that we're going to walk in perfection this year. And what we have lost last year, we're going to get it this year in this year of chaos. I can't get no help here. And this year that we are supposed to be going through everything up under the sun. But I believe this is the year that we're going to reach back into our Noah and take back our stuff. I can't get no help in here. And we're going to take back our joy. We're going to take back our mind. I'm not even preaching, but I feel like preaching. Look at somebody say, enough of pleasing people. This is going to be the year that God is going to give us some spiritual boldness. Yeah, come on. This is going to be the year that God is going to empower us to say no. This is going to be the year that you're going to step back and you're going to look at yourself, and when you fall into that depressive situation, when you start falling into that situation where you think nobody's going to love you, you're not appreciated, that the king that's on the inside of you is going to rise up and say you're a good thing, and you're going to pat yourself on the back and you're going to look and say, it's their loss. I can't get no help in here. I don't have time no more to please people that I always got to come down to their level. Sometimes, baby, you're going to have to come up to my level and it's going to have to go my way sometimes. Sometimes you got to learn no means no. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Sometimes you got to learn, if I told you no last time, don't vex my spirit and ask me this time. Y'all get upset with me. Sometimes you got to learn. Shanika called me yesterday and said, Bishop, we got a van. I was so happy of her because sometimes you got to learn to do stuff yourself and stop waiting on somebody to validate you. Stop waiting on somebody to push you. Sometimes you got to learn to get yourself in a place to do something by yourself, because I found out something. I found out something that's very important. People will use you as long as you allow them to use you. And one day I was praying and God shut me up. He told me, don't get upset with something that you allow. And a lot of times we allow people to hurt us. We allow people to put us through on our job. We allow people to go through in our marriage. We allow our children to put us in a position that we don't want to hurt their feelings. But sometimes you can't get upset about it because you got to look at yourself. If you allow it, they're going to, oh God, y'all don't want to talk to me. It's just a fact. If they take one step that time, they're going to take 2 steps next time. I'm teaching better than y'all act. And we tend to get upset with folks when they get an attitude with us, but it's enough of pleasing people, baby. It ain't like before you you had an attitude with me. It ain't like before you didn't talk to me. Matter of fact, it ain't like before you ain't cussed me out. And I don't understand why this time we just can't say no, and this time we worried about their attitude, and they've been giving you hell all your life. It's just time to wake up with some boldness and wake up with some power and start speaking some things and start standing up for yourself. I'm not preaching to the neighborhood today. I'm preaching to everybody that's in here. I'm talking to you. It's just time for you to stand on your feet and stand up for your stuff. Don't get mad at me about my car. I got a job and work for it. You can do the same thing, baby. I tell you, why do y'all let people upset you about your hard work and stuff that you work for? So if I can't get no help in here, I work for that, baby. And that's my right to say no. Y'all getting upset with me. Y'all really getting upset with me. I'm talking about reality. I'm talking about life, because simply, most of the time, Chanel, I find out most of our upsetness is nothing to do with us. It's not because we made a bad choice. It's because we choose to make bad choices with people. Because we choose to let people control us. Because people, when somebody know they got a handle on you and they know I can't get no help in here. I found out some people will push your nerve just because they know they can. I can't get no help in here. Some people, I can't get no help in here. I had a brother that called me Corry, and he kept calling me Corry. And I didn't get upset. As a matter of fact, after a while, one day I told him, I said, you know, you really don't bother me calling me Corry. You don't have to call me Bishop, because I was Corry before I became Bishop. And now this cat, everywhere I go, he called me Bishop now. What? It don't matter what you think. If God called me, it don't matter if you validate me. I'm going to walk in my calling. I can't get no help in it. If God has told me to preach, I don't care what you think. I'm going to preach if I have to preach in these chairs. I believe God will fill it if I wait on it. I believe. I'm about to preach in here, and I'm about to take y'all home. I'm about to take you home. Look at somebody say it's time for me to get some boldness. No mean no. And it's time to stand on what you mean. No mean no. It's time to stand on that. This year it's time to stop letting people run over you. Simply because they can. Simply because everything you do in life is a choice. That means it's my choice to do for you. Just because I don't do for you don't mean I don't love you. Matter of fact, I see something you don't see. I see the road that's set ahead of you. That's why I'm telling you no, baby. But you got an attitude. You can't see the truck that's up ahead of you. Somebody said, don't mean no. Don't mean no. Pastor Gabby, you sure you ain't got a word? But they hot with me already. I'm about to let Sharon preach. They already. And so many a time, I'm getting to my message. Y'all sit down because y'all rushing me. I'm trying to get to my message. Many a time, we find ourselves in a status of failure simply because somebody else has pulled you down. We find ourselves in a status of failure simply because somebody has hurt your feelings. We find ourselves in a status of failure because of what we have done in the past and what people have done in our past, but we don't realize your past does not determine your future. The only thing that determines your future is your praise. I'm going to help you. If I'm helping anybody else, I'm going to help you. Many times we find ourselves, it's not that you're alone, baby. You choose to be alone because you don't want to gather strength. You always want to run back to the people that hurt you. Don't you realize if they don't hurt you one time and they don't lie one time, if they're not filled with the Holy Ghost, they're going to do it again? You got to understand something. Nobody will never understand your motives and never understand you, Sheila, if they're not filled with the Holy Ghost, because the Bible says, how can two walk together unless they... And many times you find yourself always in a struggle with people, always in an argument with people, simply because you got to realize that it's a spirit that you are dealing with. And when you realize it's a spirit, you won't fight with them, you won't fuss with them no more. You'll say what you mean and mean